I look rough. I'm apologizing. I just got done doing cardio today.
You are so good. Okay, I'm gonna share my little PowerPoint. Okay, can y'all see it?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm at a red light.
All right, so we are going to talk about running accountability groups, and we're going to run bomb accountability groups because they're going to be awesome. So the first thing, I always want to take back these talks and these topics to the vital behaviors, because when it comes to coaching, it is so simple. We literally just do the vital behaviors. Vital behavior number 3 is helping people get results. And so that typically is going to look like putting them in an accountability group and help holding them accountable in their fitness journey. So this is part of like our daily work as a coach, is either checking into our own groups, texting people, however you want to do accountability. Most people will do like a Facebook or a BOD group to have all their clients in. And the thing that I really like the most about these groups is that this is what makes coaching not strictly sales. Yes, we have a transaction that occurs between people who buy the workouts or who get Shakeology or who get a challenge pack, but really we are inviting people to a community of other girls who are doing these workouts and nutrition, and we're not just trying to make a sale. So that's kind of like, I mean, that really is my favorite part about being a coach, is that I'm not a salesperson. I'm a community fosterer. I invite people to something that I really love. Yeah. So first things first, you are the leader. I worked at a summer camp through college, and something that they always said was whatever my energy level was, my campers were only going to match it 80%. And that is very true of accountability groups as well. We love the workouts. We know that we love them. We love the programs. We've experienced that, but other people, especially newer clients, have not experienced that yet. And so they need like the energy and the encouragement behind it to get involved and to get excited about checking in and encouraging each other in the groups. And so that being said, you want to be like your best challenger. Like you want to be checking in daily. You want to, if you want your clients to like post recipes, you post recipes. If you want them to post pictures of their food, you post pictures of your food. Like be the like ideal client that you want, and people will pick up on that and they will start to follow suit. Next, so this it's called an accountability group. So let it be an accountability group. That's what they're there for. At the very beginning of each, I guess, like month or program, I always set an expectation behind what this accountability group is. And so I'll post a quick like 5-minute video of me explaining like, here's what this group is for. Here's what I expect from you. Here's what you can expect from me. And I also put like some information in my onboarding email that says like, my goal for this group is for people to check in every single day, whether it's a post-workout selfie or just a quick, like, I did this workout today, or it could be, I really goofed up and I didn't do it at all. But communicate what you expect, because nobody probably has been in an accountability group for their health and fitness before. And so they need guidance and they need like explicit, here's what I want you to do. Another form of accountability that I've heard some other coaches have done, I've never tried it, but is creating like an accountability partner system within the group. A way that we could do this is like make a post and be like, comment on this if you would benefit from having an accountability partner. And then whoever comments on it, you could just pair them up and then be like, here's their number, text them. Like if people wanted like that camaraderie, like one-on-one texting thread. As coaches, we have so many people in our groups, like we don't have the capacity to text people one-on-one really every single day. But that could be a way to help people like have that one-on-one accountability if they wanted it. Another thing that could make this, that I've done in the past that I'd like to revisit, is post like a surprise meal check-in. So like at lunch, I'll be like, surprise check-in, what's everybody having for lunch? And then I'll tag like as many people as I can tag. And that makes people be like, oh, I need to actually like think about my lunch. Or like if I made a poor decision for lunch, it's like, oh, well, all right, tomorrow I'm going to get back on it. And so it just kind of adds that extra like of accountability. Okay, so when I think about accountability, I have kind of like 3 timelines in my head. I have a daily form of accountability. So that looks like the 8:00 at night check-in that I post, but also it looks like the individual posting their own check-in. So like post-workout selfie or whatever that looks like. Weekly. So when I first started running these groups, when I had like less than 50 people in my group, I would like individually text or Facebook message or however I was communicating with them. I would individually text them on Saturday morning and say, hey, wanted to check in. How did your workouts go this week? How was nutrition? Do you have any questions for me? And doing that one-on-one for me with like under 50 people in the group was doable, because it would take all of like 10 minutes to just copy and paste that to everybody. And then I would take like a 10-minute afternoon, like phone focused time where I would like respond to the people who had responded back. And I think that fostered a lot of good like engagement up front with people. Because again, they're not always going to think after they work out, oh, I have to post, because this is new to them. And this isn't like part of their daily routine. So doing the weekly check-ins was helpful for me to like keep people engaged. As far as like, Hannah, I know you're engaged. Rachel, you're not married, but like if you do choose to do this I chose to do it on a Saturday just because it was like the end of the week. But if you are married or like your husband's like, oh, I don't want you to work on the weekends, you can explain to them, hey, like I'm just going to take this 15 minutes and check in with my people. Is that okay with you? I think bringing our spouses into like our work time is really helpful, because they might be like, why are you on your phone? But it's like, oh no, I'm actually working. Like this is focused time. So that's always good. And then I said, this is great for when people stop posting, because if you're checking in with them every week, it kind of reinforces, oh, okay, yes, you are right. I do need to post. I will check in next week. It's just kind of that extra kick in the booty. And then monthly. So I would like to be a lot better about this. For a time, I was checking in with people who had like fallen out, like hadn't really been present in the group every month. So this was kind of like after I had more than 50 people, when I wasn't able to do a weekly one-on-one, I would just kind of scroll through the members of the group, and whoever that I like couldn't immediately think like, oh, I saw that they posted, I would send them the same message. Hey, wanted to check in. Or with this one, I would usually say, haven't seen your face in the group in a while. Like I miss you, or something like that. How are workouts going? How's nutrition? Can I help you with anything? We need to talk about like schedules, like how to coordinate your workouts in your day, just kind of touching base with them. Something that, again, I've heard other coaches do, monthly, they will post a post, and it'll be like, if you need one-on-one help with workouts or nutrition, comment on this and we can schedule like a Zoom call or a phone call to talk like one-on-one with your clients. I haven't done that just because I feel like, I don't know, I haven't. But I know some coaches will like religiously do that on like the 15th of every month, kind of halfway through, be like, if you need help, comment on this, we can find a time to talk. Okay, so this slide, I said, give them a reason to come to the group. And so again, people are not used to coming to these groups. They've never done it before. And so once they get in the habit, you want them to have like a reason to come and like for it to be valuable to them. And so one way that I have done that is I post that morning daily motivation. It's just, I literally Google Pinterest pictures of motivation, and then I just create a little caption, and it's great. Sometimes nobody comments. Sometimes people are like, oh, I needed this. This is great. And it's kind of fun for me too, because it's good, like mindset check of like, right, like I need to be believing this myself if I'm preaching this to my people in my group. Another thing that I do is post weekly meal plans. There's a ton in the files section in my group that y'all can copy and use. And there's also an entire unit of nutrition meal plans in Live Free on the Facebook page if you need examples. I comment on every single post. I think that is pretty important as a coach is to be individually encouraging each person as they post. It kind of gets them a reinforcement of, okay, my coach sees me, she's supporting me, just really encourages. And then I said, check in with videos with inspirational thoughts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So something that I would like to do more often. So when I'm like listening to a podcast or like some sort of leadership or mindset thing, and I find an idea that I really like and I click with, I want to start checking in live to the group in just a quick little 30-second, like, hey, I read this. I thought this was really encouraging. Want this to be here if y'all want it. And VOD Groups just created, I don't know if y'all have seen it, but they just created like the go live part. So you don't have to just record a video and then upload the video. You can actually go live and people can check in like live in your feed. Other ways to give value to them, post recipes you find, recognition, which is on the business activity tracker, which is that blue and white, like basically like the Bible of coaching. Like if you could just pick one document to use, go to the business activity tracker. Under this vital number 3, it says recognize achievement. And so once every 4 to 6 weeks, I'll again scroll through I'll scroll through the list of people who are in the group, and I will kind of remember like, okay, this person finished Morning Meltdown. I'm going to recognize them for that. This person has been super consistent and has literally posted like every single day. I want to recognize that. So I'll do that. And it's just like really fun to celebrate people, and everyone's kind of like, oh my gosh, like, oh, it's so exciting. And then another thing that I've never done, but I've also heard other coaches do, is they give prizes. So they could do some sort of like, I've heard of people doing a bingo where they send out like a bingo card. And if you like make a straight row, you get some prize that the coach has created. Or you could have a point system where if you check in this many times and post a selfie, I don't know, however you wanted to do it, you could gift them like, I don't know, the pre-workout packet sampler. Or there's like, now there's this called a weekender kit, and it's like $20. It has like a beach bar, and it's got like 5 different products in it. So if you wanted to create a prize system, that's also kind of fun. All right, so start strong. We kind of talked about this before, but at the very beginning of the month or before a program, whenever you're kind of like adding people to the group and creating a start date, tell them what you expect from them. Again, they're not used to this. They need to hear what you want this group to be about. I usually will set benchmarks to check in with my clients once they become a client. So I use Google Streak for my follow-ups. So I just create like a follow-up reminder for these time periods. So after someone signs up, in 2 days, I check to see if they're in the group. And if they are, then I'll text them and I say, hey, I see you're in the group. Have you found the workouts in the app? And for right now, I'm saying, have you found MBF in the app? Because that's what we're doing. And then I ask if they've found the nutrition programs on the website. And I say that because you can't get the nutrition videos in the app. And sometimes people get so focused on the app, they forget that there's these 2 awesome nutrition programs online. If they aren't in the group, I will still text them and I'll say, hey, let me know if you need help getting into the group. And then I'll also say, have you had a chance to download the app? Have you found the workouts? Just kind of check in like right away to make sure they're not falling off already. 2 weeks in, I will text them and ask if their shakes or pre and post workout is in. And I found this to be helpful because if it is in, I will then say, awesome, have you tried it yet? If so, what's your recipe? Like kind of making sure that they're liking it, or if they're not liking it, talking about different recipes that they could do. And then 3 weeks in, this is especially important right now because the challenge packs come with, like the subscription for the shakes or the pre and post, which means it will automatically charge them a month later. But it also comes with the subscription to the Nutrition Plus, like ongoing nutrition training. And I don't want people to get charged for something that they don't realize they're going to get charged for. And so 3 weeks in, I will text them and hopefully their shakes or pre and post have come in and we've talked about like, oh, I love them, I don't love them. If they love them, I'll be like, hey, your next shake order renews in the next week. Let me know if you'd like to get 25% off your next order, and we can talk about what that looks like. So that would be signing them up as a discount coach, which this is also super helpful because this is kind of how I like started growing my downline. Was I would check in with people before their next month occurred. And a lot of people were like, yeah, wait, like I like them. I want to get the discount. Like if I'm already going to get them. And so that was a good way to kind of like beef up my 2 legs, because I didn't want to like drop from Emerald or anything. Yeah. And then if they sign up as a discount coach, I will still contact them about a week out and be like, hey, your shake's renew in the next week. If you want to change your flavor, or if you wanted to try like Recover, especially with the shipping delays, some people haven't been getting their products until about 3 weeks in. And so I'll tell them like, you can postpone your next shipment, whatever their situation is. And I think that just, for me, like I would not want to get charged for something that I didn't remember I was going to get charged for. And so I think that just gives people like, honestly, just like more trust and be like, oh, like she's looking out for me kind of thing. Another aspect of starting strong is starting each day strong. And so morning motivation. And then I've also liked kind of posting in that morning post, like we're doing day 1, lower body burn, kind of like group mentality. Here's what we're doing, get ready. And then starting the actual group and program strong looks like prep week. So I've started really loving prep week. This is just kind of a week for them to get set up with the app, figure out where the program is, where the nutrition programs are. You guys saw like with NBF, I posted each day something different for them to do. And so I said, I think on Monday I was like, find NBF. And then on Tuesday I was like, find the nutrition programs and watch the intro videos and pick if you want to do 2B or UPF. On Wednesday, I said like, comment which nutrition program you're doing. I just kind of walked them through like starting steps so that they weren't floundering around being like, what am I supposed to do? Another thing I want to start doing is in this prep week, educating on the benefits of Shakeology and like pre and post. Because I think a lot of people, like I explain everything that's in Shakeology if they ask like what's different about Shakeology versus protein powder. But I still want people to know like this is so much more than protein powder. Like it has so many digestive like gut health benefits, and it has like antioxidants and nutrients from plants that we don't really get in our normal diet. And TBD on how I do that. I don't know if I'll find like a PDF or a quick video or what, but I want to start doing that because I think it'll give people more understanding of like, oh, here's what I'm drinking, and I think this is like beneficial, and I think it could create people continuing to order it long term versus just getting the first month for free and then stopping it. And then you also want to end strong. So about a week or like 10 days before a program ends, I will pop into the group and usually with a video say, here's the next program I'm going to do. If you want to do it with me, here's the steps. So a month ago when I was doing 21 Day Fix and then 21 Day Fix Extreme, I popped into our group and I explained NBF, which was kind of different because it was only going to be available for people who bought it. So I explained, here's the pricing options. If you want to do it, let me know and I can show you how to sign up for it. That really only is applicable with new program launches, but I still like in 2 weeks when we're nearing the end of NBFA, I will pop in and be like, here's the next program I'm doing. If you want to do it with us, I'm starting on September, whatever the day is. And that way it gives like the client's direction of like, okay, I know once I finish this, I have a program that I'm doing. And then it also gives like a team mentality behind, all right, like we're all doing this together. I really enjoy doing NBF and NBFA together. So I'm going to enjoy doing the work or whatever. I haven't decided what I'm going to do next, but it also keeps them in Beachbody. So I have so many people who have converted over from like Orange Theory or Madeline Moves or like gym goers. And I don't want them to just like hop away. Like I want them to stay in it and see the benefit and see like the long-term results that they can get if they stick with it. Yeah, so I think there's just like 1 or 2 more slides. So another like benefit of these groups is it really gives you an idea of who is going to make like a good coach. It exposes people to Beachbody workouts and products. It helps them see like results and like long-term lifestyle change. And if you see people who are checking in like daily and you can tell like, wow, they really enjoy these programs, invite them to coaching. Like ask them if they've ever thought about coaching. I will usually wait about 3 to 4 weeks after somebody originally signs up, or let me rephrase that. So let's say somebody signed up in June, and like for the entire month of June, they're like checking in every single day. They're excited about it. Every time I reach out to them, they're like, I love it. Oh my gosh. They're going to be someone that in like the first half of July, I'm probably going to invite them and see if they've ever thought about coaching. Some people I've had people be like, oh my gosh, yes, like I've been thinking about this. I'm so glad you asked. I have other people who were like, nope, haven't thought about it at all, but like now I will think about it, and then I'll follow up in a couple of weeks and they're like, yeah, I think I might want to do it. So it's just good. It gives them an exposure of like part of your job as the coach in the group. But then it exposes them to the products, and they can see if they like them enough to want to invite other people to do it with them. Something that Julie has done in the past, like if she leaves town, she will empower like the leaders in the group and ask them, hey, I'm going to be out of town Friday through Sunday. Could you be like a coach for Saturday, and you be the one to comment on everyone's posts and encourage them? I have yet to do this, but I think it's a great idea because I think it frees you up, one, on your vacation to just not think about it, but also it like gives people kind of a taste of like, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. I took 5 minutes in my afternoon and I just liked and said a little encouraging thing on this person's picture. Another useful, I don't know why I put this here, but before I add, like, I haven't done this recently, but in my first like 6 months, before I added a new group of people, I would pop into the group and be like, hey, I'm about to add a couple more like friends to our group. Let's set a good example and like be accountable and post and give them a good example of like what this group looks like. And then other things. So this is just kind of like random. Something that I liked doing before, I feel like this month I had so many people join at different times. It would have been difficult for me to do this, but when I was having like 1 to 3 people join together, I would like take a screenshot of their profile picture or something, and I'd post it in the group and be like, hey, these 3 girls are joining us. If I knew them, I'd be like, she's from Dallas, we went to college together, she's excited to do this program. I just kind of gave them like a welcome, like, oh my gosh, like, ooh, I'm welcome here. If we are doing a longer program, like 80-Day Obsession or Morning Meltdown 100, you can add people either, or I guess like, actually, okay, I'm going to talk about this last bullet, and then I'm going to come back because it'd make more sense. So when I think about inviting, so Hannah, we're talking about inviting. When I talk about inviting to my groups, you could either invite strictly to this vague group that you have. You could invite specifically to do a certain program, or what I do, I will originally, if I've never invited them before, I will invite them to our group, and then I will explain, here's the program that we're doing. But if I've already invited them to the general group and I'm like following up with them, I will invite them to the specific program that we're doing. So like for NBF, I had people who I had originally invited back in March. I sent them the introduction email explaining what it is that I do. And then in June, when I was following up, I said, hey, we're doing this program starting August 2nd. The moves are set to the beat of music, et cetera, et cetera. That being said, if you are doing a longer program like Morning Meltdown 100 or 80-Day Obsession, you could invite people to that program, and like specifically to each like phase of the program. And so you could say like, we're on phase 2 of the program, but you can still pop in with us, and like you could start it from day 1, or you could start it from like the phase that they're on. I usually will suggest 21-Day Fix or Clean Week for the first program, unless I have like a program that everyone's going to do together. And then, okay, last slide. So these are just some time savers. I'm all about condensing my coaching work to short time so that I can live my life and work as a nurse. So I will schedule out all my posts for about a week, the morning motivational and the nighttime check-in. On the God app or on Facebook, you can schedule posts out as long as you want. So I'll take 30 minutes, pick a bunch of Pinterest motivational quotes and just type in like happy Monday or whatever it is, and I'll schedule it for Monday. Something else is instead of, so what I used to do is I would just like be on my phone, and if somebody popped into the group, I would comment on it like right then and there. But what I've started doing is I take 5 minutes around 10 or 11 a.m. and I'll comment on the people's posts who worked out in the morning. And then I'll check in again around dinner time and take another 5-ish minutes and comment on everyone's post that did a post in the afternoon. I found that that's helped my like mindset towards coaching be like, those are like my working hours or my working 5 minutes. And it really has helped me like make a work-life separation. Because for a while I felt like I was just like doing it all day, every day, and it was kind of exhausting. So having that like set time has been really helpful. Another time saver, copying my meal plans. You can also make meal plans ahead of time. Like I'll usually create mine like Tuesday or Wednesday of the week before, and then I'll just have it saved and ready to post. And then if you have like a set prep week progression that you want to take your groups through, save those posts and then just reuse them every single prep week. That's all I got. Do y'all have any questions or thoughts or epiphanies?
I'm good. That was super helpful just because, sorry, I'm like
You're good. Okay.
getting ready. Yeah, just because like I know like with school starting and everything, but just my accountability group, I mean, I don't have that many people in it, but it's just been, it was like good kind of at first, and then it kind of died down. So those tips were helpful, and I'll just keep posting and stuff, and then hope that they start posting more. But yeah, and then I had a few people reach out to me from my story yesterday, so I just sent a few emails today to them. My biggest thing is like, because I'm just trying to reach more like college students, because that's just where I was, and you know, yeah, but it's just convincing the money part. But I'm like, it's only $13 a month if you think about it, like for the programs, and you get more than just the workout. So that's the thing I'm trying to relay through like my emails and everything. But the group stuff was super helpful because I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, I think the individual like texting people to check in with
Yeah,
them.
I'm gonna do that. I'll do that this week because that'll be super. I like that a lot. I think that'll help too.
And then also like tagging them in like a, hey, be accountable today. And then well, because then it shows up and they're like, oh, whoops.
Yeah. My bad. Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
But I'm gonna hop off because I have to go to Bible study.
All right.
But thank you.
Yes.
And I took a bunch of notes, so I'll let you know how it goes.
All right. Bye, Rachel.
Bye.
Hannah,
Thank you, Meredith.
do you have any questions or thoughts?
I don't. It was kind of what she said, and then just kind of like a review.
Cool. Awesome. I know I'm trying to make these